the wife quietly took out her diary from the drawer while her husband was asleep. She decided to see what had happened in the 18 years of her blank memory. It turned out that just a few hours ago, the high school girl suddenly found herself in a body 18 years older. Even more shocking was that she had not only married her high school nemesis, but also had 3 sons with him, each with a different personality. The eldest son had autism. The second son was rebellious. The youngest son was mute. Before the girl could recover from this earth-shattering reality, she heard the teacher helplessly scolding the rebellious second son. The teacher angrily said he didn't act like a student. This was already his 8th violation at school this month. The girl stared at everything around her, feeling lost. She could only apologize to her husband and awkwardly leave the school with her son. She couldn't understand why she had been forced to marry him, so she decided to take charge, blaming her husband for not disciplining the children, making them turn out this way. Just as she was about to shove her son into the car, she found he was already gone. Using her years of skipping school experience, she quickly found the second son in an arcade, happily playing. She grabbed him and prepared to take him home. The man looked at the girl, who was like a stranger, and fell into deep thought. When they got home, the first thing he did was call the doctor, asking if something was wrong with the girl's brain. Upon learning she might have temporary amnesia, he thought that maybe it wasn't so bad. Exhausted after a long day, the girl thought about her 3 unreliable kids and felt overwhelmed. That night, as her husband slept, she quietly took out her diary again. As she flipped through the pages, the forgotten dark past surged back. It turned out that her marriage to the man was a loveless family arrangement. After the eldest son was born, she suffered from severe postpartum depression. Her husband not only ignored her but spent all his time with his white moonlight. When she hopelessly asked for a divorce, she discovered she was pregnant with their second child. From then on, she was trapped in this golden cage. Reading the diary's heart-wrenching accusations, the girl's anger flared. She was about to draw a funny face on her husband's picture with a pen when she was interrupted. It turned out the second son had set the house on fire again. By the time she reached his room, he had already escaped through the window. She sarcastically remarked that the second son was just like his unreliable father. The man wasn't happy to hear this. He immediately said she was partly responsible for the child's actions. At that moment, the youngest son ran over holding a picture. The man instantly realized the second son was at the abandoned warehouse fighting with someone. The girl, holding her husband's hand, reached the warehouse and bumped into his white moonlight. White moonlight tried to approach the husband, but the girl blocked her. She angrily cursed her, then pushed her aside and stormed into the warehouse. No longer the depressed woman, she was now a protective mother. The second son stared at the unfamiliar mother in shock. Afterward, the girl demanded that the school take strict action against the abuser in front of everyone. Otherwise, she would withdraw all sponsorship from the school. White moonlight claimed her car broke down and wanted to ride with the man. Seeing his wife's fierce gaze, the man wisely arranged for his subordinates to call a car for White moonlight. Then, he picked up the girl, whose legs had gone numb. As she saw the expression on White moonlight's face, the girl deliberately touched her husband's chest. This made the scheming woman standing nearby furious. The next day, the girl, having sorted everything out, decided to start educating the kids. She began with the second son. She locked him in a room and gave him the latest game consoles and tablets. She claimed it was to keep him busy until he could play to exhaustion. The son didn't understand why. The woman said he had to play for 20 days straight, and he had to win every single round. If he lost even one round, he would have to continue playing the next day.